All right, in Unit 5, Lesson 3, we're going to look at monomials and their lowest common multiple. Now in 5.2, we did monomials and their greatest common factor. We're going to look at their least common multiple. And again, we're going to look at it in two separate parts. We're going to look at the coefficient part. And we're going to look at the variable part. Finding the lowest common multiple for the coefficient is going to be the same as what we did in 5.1. And then we're going to find the lowest common multiple of the variable part. Method 1, we are finding a term we can get from both original numbers by multiplying. This ends up being the greatest exponent of the common variables. Remember, multiples are always greater than or equal to the original number. So I have an example here kind of stepped out for us. To find the lowest common multiple of x cubed y to the fourth and z to the fifth and x squared y z to the eighth, we look for the greatest exponent of the common variables. So we have 8 to the third, x to the third, and x squared. That means x to the third is bigger. 4 and 1 for y, 4 is bigger. And z to the eighth and z to the fifth, well, z to the eighth is bigger. Method 2, this is the same as method 2 what we did in section 1, where we list out we do their factor tree, and then prime factors and greatest number of times they appear. Well, we have 3, it appears once. We have 5, it appears once. We have 2 that appears 3 times. X appears 3 times. And y appears 4. And we multiply all that together. So let's look at example 1. Let's look at the 12 and the 24. Well, let's do the factor tree of 12. Twelve is 2 and 6 and 2 and 3. So 12 is 2 times 2 times 3. 24 is 2 times 12, which is going to be 2, and then times 2 times 2 times 3. So for our least common multiple, we look at the prime numbers, which we have 2, and 2 appears 3 times, so I need it 3 times. And then 3 appears once, so I need it 3. So the number is going to be 2 times 2 is 4 times 2 is 8 times 3, so our lowest common multiple is going to be 21. Now let's do method 1 with the variables. We have x squared and x to the third, so we're going to pick x to the third because it's bigger. We have y and y to the fourth, so 4 is bigger, so we're going to use y to the fourth. And then we have a z to the fourth, so then we've got z to the fourth. And that's our least common multiple. Why don't you try number 2 and then come back and look, and let's work it together then. All right, number 2. 6 is 2 times 3. 10 is 2 times 5. So our least common multiple is going to be, well, 2 appears once, 3 appears once, and 5 appears once. So that's 30. 2 times 3 is 6, times 5 is 30. And then we have r. R to the third appears more here, so it's r to the third. And then we have s to the fifth and x to the sixth. So we have s to the sixth. And for number 3, I want you to complete and then have your teacher check your answer. This is very important that you do.